hopefully.
Oh
What's
my
up?
God. Hi. Hi, guys.
We're in Talking Stick episode number 23.
23.
Yep. So, we're going to interview Deshawn Joseph coming up, and it's been a hell of a November. Thanksgiving stuff going on. Thanksgiving, whatever you want to call it. And Native American Heritage Month has been kicking off too. So we've been doing a lot of stuff with that. And then you can fill them in on what you've been working on too.
There's a few things besides like custom orders that I've been taking. I've been working on some vests that if you follow us on social media, you'll see. You can see some of the fabrics that I'm using on there. If you see something you like, you can contact me and ask me to make you one for your size, because I'm gonna cut out like a bunch of random different sizes. But contact me if you like something, if you see it, if I can make it your size. And I have some headbands too, some other ones, and just some other stuff that I'm working in the background that's still not ready to come out.
Stockings too been going.
Oh yeah, they all sold out, the stockings, except I have 3 mini ones left.
Wow.
I don't have any with me, but yeah, I have 3 left. But you can check them out at our website, O.I.T clothing, and make sure you can use the talking stick as a discount. What is it, 5, 10?
I think it's 10 or 15. We always say this.
10, 10%. I know, I always forget.
And then we got stickers too. Like all the shirt designs, they changed into stickers now. The grass dancing one, Indigenous Unity. This one's been going too on the shirts and sweaters, so you'll see that one. And then the latest one.
So we have these in t-shirts and in stickers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people want stickers also. So right now, rocking the In Your Teepee, a res story. Deshawn Joseph coming on. And let's see if we can add him right now. You got anything else to fill in?
No.
Let me get this going.
I'm pretty much just working with a lot of stuff in the background. But yeah, today's guest, Deshawn, he has a clothing business. It is called In Your Teepee. He has a website, Instagram, inyourteepee.com.
He's got the nice blanket right there that he made right there.
Whoa.
Chief Joseph.
Nice.
Is it on? We good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
hear
Can you hear me?
Audio check.
Can you hear me?
We can't hear you.
Let's see. Maybe it's on our end. All right, is it on now? Audio check. Can you hear us? We can't hear you, man.
You can hear us.
No, we can't hear you. Try it again.
Oh, we're going to have to.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Audio.
Okay, while he's checking that, In Your Teepee sells t-shirts.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
You got you. Keep
I just
talking.
took up headphones.
Oh, that's weird. They usually work.
I know. I don't know what's up with that. I normally don't.
Okay. Try it again. Noise and reception.
Okay,
All the way in Washington, man. Washington.
Tulalip. You're loading up. If you can hear us, Deshawn, you're loading up. But they create all of their art design. It's original. They created, and they do t-shirts, basketball shorts, sweaters, hoodies, stickers, towels, blankets. Let me see. I have a blanket. No, a beach towel. Sorry.
Yeah, he did that design right there. Beach towel. There's your beach towel. Like that the whole time.
We've been
new background, yeah. So
we've been having issues with our weather here. You know that Washington's just storm central right now. Big time rainy. So even my daughters are having a hard time streaming their Disney movies. So.
Oh man.
Dang.
That sucks.
I know. But I'm on now, so let's continue here.
Get off the Wi-Fi.
I know.
Everybody. It's that Res-Fi, huh?
Yeah. That Res-Fi.
So I was pretty much explaining to them like what you do your original art, but we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves, and then we'll get going on it. And you can show us, hopefully you have some of your pieces with you, and then you can show us, like, just pop them up. Okay, so everybody, I'm Yendi. I'm Cachique Maya from my mom's side, and I'm Mexican on my dad's side.
And John Nieto from the Tule River tribe out here in Central California.
And today's guest is Deshawn. Go ahead, Deshawn, introduce yourself.
My name's Deshawn Joseph. I'm a Tulalip tribal member. I come from the Coast Salish people in the Northwest Territories here. My grandmother's name is Loretta James. Originally, Loretta Henry was a big part of the Indian Child Welfare Act back when we made the big change to keep our Indian children home on the reservation. So without further mention, I always have to mention my grandmother because that's where I come from. She raised me. I just feel it's important to always acknowledge our ancestors.
And your business, your clothing line, is in your teepee?
Yep. In your teepee clothing. Started in 2003 with a good friend of mine, Aaron Hamilton. He's an artist. And we first did our first t-shirt at the 2003 tribal canoe journeys to Tulalip, to my reservation. So without, a lot of, let's say, promotion or marketing, we just continued to sell t-shirts, give them out at funerals, at giveaways, small gatherings, until more recent, in the past few years, we really, wanted to amplify what we had going and just kind of move forward with some of the designs that Johnny has on there today.
I am too. Plenty of kid size / Yendi size. This is actually your daughter's sweater too. Forgot that here.
Oh.
We have to mail that to you, or if we see each other at the San Diego powwow.
Oh, we're coming.
And then the Indigenous Hoops too. Your Indigenous Hoops League.
Yeah, so
that's a big one.
The Indigenous Hoops League was created here this year. Was built to serve our Native American kids. We're got some very big deficits sitting in front of us. High school graduation rate, Native Americans playing in college, Native Americans going to college in general. How about getting off the reservation? I mean, just let's start there. So me and my wife, of course, kind of went in on an endeavor to, throw these big, huge basketball tournaments for kids. And while doing that, bring exposure to them with colleges and help further, the pathway of Native American kids. So this year alone, we did 3 events, anticipated 5, but 3 due to COVID. We 140 plus teams, 1,300 tribal youth, 30 plus college offers were made to play collegiate basketball. 4 kids signed on the spot to play.
Wow.
And so we're changing paths. It's the beginning of something for our children. I have a 21-year-old daughter that didn't have anywhere to play or anyone to play with when she was a kid. So I wanted to provide something for her team and her friends and peers. So we did something in 2010, and now in 2021, it's just kind of flourished into not just helping, my daughter or my community, but, helping the nation's kids. So yeah, I've been very fortunate to kind of have the drive to do it. It's a lot of work.
I bet.
Hell yeah.
And you get all type of people in there, like kids from the entire nation, right?
Yeah, we've had teams as far as North Carolina, Mississippi, Arkansas, North Dakota, Montana, Arizona, California, and you name it. The 3 events that we had was Oklahoma, Norman, Oklahoma, Phoenix, Arizona, and we had one in Centralia, Washington, here in my local area for the 3rd event. So that right there is just igniting into something more special coming into the future Indigenous Hoops League has now partnered with BAM testing, basic athletic measurement testing, which is the 14-year NBA combine team. They're testing kids at the highest level. Yeah, it's so amazing.
Wow.
The movement is called Reservations Without Borders, and our projected scale is to test 5,000 Native American kids in the next 5 years with real-time data and analytics to gauge if you're able to play JUCO sports or a professional level athlete. And you can get tested just like the NBA professionals, just like all the
Oh,
NFL
cool.
professionals. So these people are used by big time corporations, the G League, the NCAA, the NBA, of course, and they're partnering with us, a small Native American group, and we are going to be doing some stuff here moving into 2022, starting with some testing, and we'll be getting the word out, and we'll have some media covering it so that we can kind of show like we have all this amazing talent, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, you name it, California. There's natives everywhere that need to be seen at a higher rate. We're playing, collegiate sports at more than, a 2-to-1 deficit. It's less than 1% us playing the collegiate sport, and that the nation's average is 7%. So I'm just trying to fix some of the statistics that need to be fixed. We've been fighting, post-traumatic, stuff for years, racial, you name it. We have all these things going against us. 70% of Native Americans that get tested have mental issues and disorders. Less than 1% of our Native American population has their doctorate's degree, and 13% of the nation has it. So it's really troubling to know that we don't even have doctors for our children. We don't have medical or educational institutions for our children to help them be successful like the big city hubs. So that's my main goal with helping our Native American children is my wife and I realize that we're not in the city. Not all of us are in Bakersfield. We're not all in near a real populated area. So it's going to take somebody from maybe the outside or someone that has a connection, someone that knows else to, help bring forth great things to our kids. And I feel like BAM testing with Reservations Without Borders, along with Indigenous Hoops League, will be something successful. The tests don't only test for basketball, though. It tests for all 17 of the major Olympic sports. So,
cool.
It's like the combine, right? It's like the combine, and they test you out to see, what you said, where you're at. It actually lets you know and motivates you if you're a D2, D3, athlete, not just in your general sport, but everything really. So it's a good to know basis that another resource that we could use, because everybody else is using it. Why not, show the Native talent, like you said, dealing with the historic trauma. And then actually give them some motivation to do what your mission is. Reservation Without Borders, that says a lot. Actually going off and doing what you got to do. That's the story behind it. And it's a great thing.
We have go ahead.
Oh, I have a question. So, any Indigenous person or kids can go as long as they have a team, or can they go individually to your events?
Yeah, see, so this year, this coming year, moving forward into relationships with other people. So I've made a relationship with the Canoe Hoops League, and we're trying to do an event together in 2022 with the Hispanic population down in the Phoenix, Arizona area. I truly believe that they're just our relatives of the South. There may be a line that separates us, but they're the relatives of the South, and it's important that we acknowledge, our Samoan, our Hawaiian, and all of our indigenous people. So the idea for it is to move and broaden, the infrastructure from just Native American to, of course, all the other populations. But me being Native American, I wanted to start with our people and create something, because our statistical numbers are different than those other foresaid populations.
That's exciting.
It
I
is.
hope and wish the best for you guys on that. And if you ever need us to share some information or put it out there,
or bring a Thule team to come whip.
You can just
Yeah.
send us the info, and then we'll be more than happy to share it.
Yeah. 2022, we have 5 NCAA live viewing events, and we've kind of attached ourselves to a very large component and group that's already doing something very good. So in 2022, the Legacy Sports Complex in Mesa, Arizona, is the largest sports and entertainment complex in the United States with 20 courts under one roof. There will be 200 plus college coaches at each event, and our Native American kids will be able to be seen at such a high rate.
No pressure.
No pressure. The number of
just knock down the 3.
Yep. The number of kids will get seen at a higher rate. More colleges will be able to see our children, and we'll be able to change this, such a low percentage of our children going to play collegiate sports, because there's so many levels of sports that, it's important to teach our children that there's these available things everywhere. There's track and field, there's cross country, there's wrestling, there's volleyball, there's soccer. And, to encourage them to further their path, and to encourage them to further their life into, maybe something that they didn't think it could be. Because I needed a mentor. I needed, a path. I'd never met my father. I didn't have the best infrastructure for, parental advice or advisor, whatever. Right. And so, this little bit of thing here and there, a little bit of thing there and here might have went really far. And we don't know what the potential outcome could be. So it's better to just put your foot in and go for it. And that's what we did. So I put a ton of time, ton of effort. If you like anything I've said, follow us, Indigenous Hoops League. We're on all the social platforms. Really trying to just help the children out in general. Not just my own, but all of our children. And moving into the future, I have young ones. So I want to be able to create something, special for the future. Not just basketball though. Education, awareness. I'm bringing awareness to all of our political things, our activities, MMIW, you name it. I want to be able to help our people in those formats.
Yeah. It's a hell of an introduction. I'm just messing.
That's the way to do it. So when we met you, you were explaining to us and showing us what your tribal canoe journey is.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I would like to talk about that. But let's go more into the business first. Okay. And I just want to know, like, how did you guys start it off?
Which business?
Oh, yeah, in your teepee.
All right.
How did you guys get started with it, you and your partner, and what inspires you to use your art and to create your clothing?
Well, I think everybody knows that, our art gets manipulated. It's highly liked and coveted by a lot of the world population, Pendleton, Supreme, you name a lot of the large conglomerates, they've used a Native American art or apparel in some shape or form. And my question is, are they connected to us? Do they live on the reservation? Are they helping Native American children? These are the type of questions that I would like to ask. And when you go and put your money into Nike or Adidas or whatever it may be, is it connected to your people? Is it helping your community? Is it helping another Indigenous family like you guys? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's important for people to know and acknowledge, these type of instances that are taking place on a consistent basis. So like the tax dollar revenue, the charitable funds. These large corporations give money left and right. And are they giving back to our people when they profited a high dollar amount off of our art, off of our liking? And I just, that was our thing. That was from the get, like, I want to promote Native American artists. And this is coming from a Native American family on the reservation. I'm living in HUD housing still. You know what I mean? Like,
big HUD.
Big hug, yeah. So I ain't no different than anybody. I just wanted to be able to bring that flair, that look, that idealism that we're trying to change, your closet, not from
Mhm.
regular closet, but now it's in your teepee. Now I want to change your appeal of how you feel about the clothing you wear and take some of the mainstream corporate stuff and change it to our own flair, just like a res story.
I was gonna point to that. Yeah.
So, our most recent design, the Now or Later package design, it says "Snag Me Later." With traditional, um, just the little things that would help our people kind of see in fry
Feel
bread king.
out there and
Yeah, just
that it can
our
be.
look, yeah, our look to it, and just
Uh-huh.
when you support us, you're supporting a Native American, all the way through and through, all the way from the art, all the way to where the money's going in the bank account, to who's controlling it, to who it's profiting from it. And I got 5 kids, so this is going to support my family and the goodness that I'm trying to bring to not only my family but our people in general. So
Mm-hmm. And your kids will learn from it too. Seeing you hustling and seeing the ins and out of it, they'll learn. They'll pick up on it too. Like unknowingly,
yeah,
they'll learn. They'll learn from it too.
well, I'm an
And
86. I hustle.
I know, I know, I like it. I like it. And so you mainly have your website, which, well, wait, hold on. Let me just track back. Because we met at the powwow while we were vending. So do you mainly vend, or is it website based, or just share that with us? Like, where
Well,
can people buy your clothing?
it's like a long conversation I've had with Johnny. Like, I'm very accustomed to in person. I'm very
Mm-hmm.
good with people to people talking. I don't have a degree in marketing or business, so there's been a lack of thereof in the computer side or the marketing side. But
Okay.
um, after the relationship has been built with Johnny, I've helped learn more about the marketing side and kind of going down that. And I ask him for advice all the time, and trying to get better at it and connecting the websites and promoting ourselves in a better way. But for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, I like being at the events. It's a part of something that I feel like when I'm there, I don't even feel like I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
I sit there and watch my daughter go dance all day long and enjoy it. And how could you say that that's work? Like, like we're carrying on traditions where, our people are still thriving together as one. And it just so happens I create this art, I do this clothing.
Mm-hmm.
It just puts me in a good position to be at the events with our people. So um, we're more heavy in the in-person inventory than we
Okay.
are online inventory. You guys definitely sell a lot more than us. I would like to get to where we're at with equivalent to you guys, but I am content with getting my product to the people and being at as many events as I can and travel
Mm-hmm.
like I have, and building the relationship with people like you guys. Like, you guys are
It's
amazing.
fun.
It's
Yeah,
fun,
And we get to meet great people like you, like you
Yeah.
just said, like you met us,
and
and we can,
motivators too,
yeah,
man.
and we can
motivate.
help each other feed off of one
So
another.
faster.
But you're usually in Washington, and you just started coming to California to powwows to vend. Do you plan on going anywhere else? Do people know or have an idea of where they should be expecting in your teepee?
Oh man, so in your teepee is, man, we're right there. We're trying to get to where you're at. We're trying to be at your biggest, event gathering. So I currently just bought a new vehicle, brand new wheels,
Ooh,
tires. We're
yay.
we're, we're ready to go for 2022 and try to hit as many events as we can. We're gonna hope to post a schedule of where we're gonna be, but
Oh, okay, that's cool.
looking into next month, we're gonna be down in San Diego at the Powwow by the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we'll probably be spending some time as a family in these next few months. I have a senior in high school, so it's kind of important.
Crunch time.
Yeah, it's crunch time.
College
She's
time.
decided what college she's going to go play basketball at, and all
Nice.
kinds of things going on. So I've dedicated my time to be there for her and kind of, go through the process. I never had anybody to go through the process with me, so I want to be there to go through the process with her about making a decision, choosing the right college, and being there as a family. But I have younger girls too, so man, life's really amazing right now. I'm in a good place to say
That's
that.
good. That's good. That's good. Oh, yeah. Congratulations on that. How do you let me see. I think we've answered most of the questions on in your teepee. Did you want to add anything else on that? Or do you have any?
I would just say that if for anybody that's listening or anybody that watches this, really think about where you're buying your product. What country it's coming from. Is it is it involve child labor? Does it, are these type of things involved with your product? And that's the type of thing that I would like to, bring awareness to everybody, is that a lot of these overseas companies that we're getting our products from, I'll be out here at Nike and all these other ones, have been flagged and have been caught the way that they're using and getting their product. For example, working people for $4 a day in massive factories over in other countries. And I'm not going to name any countries or anything like that, but this happens on a continuous basis. Yeah. So I just want to bring that awareness that in your teepee products, we stay away from that. I try to go with corporations that avoid child laboring, and all of our products are brought into the United States and then made in the United States, if not printed in the United States. So our shorts line, we're not getting it from Pakistan. We're not getting it from China. We're getting it from local sublimation printers and local sewers. So that's the difference between what we're trying to provide for our customers, is real authentic Native American apparel from Native American artists, sewn and made and printed in the United States.
At a low price point too, man. I was telling Deshawn, you gotta hype these up, man. These are nice.
They're nice, and what a lot of people don't think is that you want to pay yourself a livable wage, and where you're actually valuing yourself as the designer, as the artist, as the sewer, seamstress, whatever you're doing with your business. And I just had this conversation with a friend. She was like, whatever we were talking about, she was like, it's a little expensive. And then I was like, actually, it's not, because if you think about what she has to, her time, her kid, or her the family, what they have to pay for, that's actually a little bit lower than where it should be. But you're comparing it to out of country, or children, or people that are getting paid such low money, barely, even if they get it, sometimes they don't get the money, that you're comparing it to that. That's not, you can't do that, so when somebody is asking for a certain price for their items, just understand that they're making it themselves. They have more to do behind it all, business wise, marketing, or sourcing out their items, and so they have to take that into consideration with their pricing. So I think that's where he's coming from too.
And you want travel discount? Come on now.
So I get where he's coming from. And so those of you that are also going to consider shopping, Native-owned business or family-owned business,
or starting one,
keep that in mind as well. But if you guys ever have any questions, ask Johnny. And yeah.
As for the question that LSIG does ask, does Nike does work with Native American people? Yeah, I admit, hand over fist, they work with Native American people, but to what extent? Mm-hmm. That's my question. They got N7. Yeah, I see it. I've been a part of it. But to what extent on the amount of money that they're making? I mean, to be honest, shoes are pretty expensive. They're made in another country that's made extremely cheap. I know the market value and everything gets marked up, but to what extent? That's
some of the designs are the China-based designs that are printed and sold at those. Yeah. Because we could tell what's manufactured and what's not. We automatically know by looking and touching no, I don't want to try that. Yeah. And they use those same designs too, those typical printed designs. And it's just what's it telling me, Yeah.
So, and then for example, they work with select artists. They're only working with select few artists with they're not opening up the catalog to hundreds of Native American artists to get 100 Native American artists out there. It's just a select few.
Yeah.
So there's another component that kind of feeds into it. Nike isn't a Native American owned business, so therefore there's a corporation tie to it. They're making money off of our art and people, although they have created a charitable fund to help give to the communities. I understand that. So yeah, there's a lot of components that tie into it. I myself wear Nike. If you, I don't show much of my personal life or anything, but if you look at my Instagram, you can see that I collect shoes, and I'm not against Nike. I just wanted to kind of force that, some of the larger corporations do have Native American components tied to them, but not a lot of them at the level that I feel that they should with DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah, we get you. And so that's where it would help those of you that are listening, or if you go to events, like, you're supporting more than just a business, more than just the clothing. Like, there's a lot more behind it.
Yeah.
And if those of you out there that are already doing it, thank you. You're making a difference out there.
Ask questions all the time.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask, right? Because some of that stuff bugs me when they have like people's tribal leaders on their shirts too, and they're selling them. Like, they say Chief Joseph behind you, right? And it's like, I don't feel right. Yeah,
or they don't even know.
Selling that, and they don't know that the descendants, the tribal leaders behind it, and it's like, how would I feel if my grandpa was being sold on a shirt, or ancestor was sold on a shirt? Like, what the hell? No, yeah. Ask questions.
My grandpa. So
yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's truly a question people can ask themselves. Like, when I buy this $60 sweatshirt, when I buy this $80 sweatshirt, when I buy this $35 sweatshirt, where is the money going to? Are they giving back to my people? And is it kind of like a refund or rebate process? Or is your return on your ROI? You know what I mean? Like, these are the type of things that I'm thinking of now as I get to the age I'm at. I'm not young. I wish I was in my young 20s, but I've learned a lot. And now I'm 40. So it seems like I just...
You're not that old, Deshawn. You still got some time. This is the best. Johnny says this is once you're at your 30 and your 40, that's your prime time right there.
Prime time. Let's go. Now, Deshawn always throws vocabulary terms at me like, oh, yeah, that's this, but I'll break it down to you. It's as simple as this. Just laugh about it. Like, let's fit it into your business. All right, cool.
Yep.
Let's switch over to, the main goal, man, Indigenous Hoops League, because you got a big task going on. It's going to be a lot of work. I mean, with this nonprofit, taking it, serving the whole community, national or country-wise, whatever you want to do, little steps at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. I mean, it's a huge task when you team up with Tribe to Tribe and get the kids there and understand the fundamentals, and also the kids going back, to your spot, or if you go to them, they're actually going to feel it in their heart. Because I know there's a couple out there, like UCLA offers the Indigenous Bowl for football. They do a lot too. And then you're taking over, on your side, and it's going to be fun though, seeing the kids accomplish. Oh yeah, that's my kid right there that went through our league, and that heart to heart feeling, especially to Tribe too. So
yeah,
it's going to be good, man.
Spence Moran at Haskell's been making waves, playing for Haskell, and they signed him on the spot at one of our events, and he's just playing amazing down there at Haskell. And I just couldn't be more proud to be able to just open the door, be in the position to offer kids more of a future. And he even said it live on camera. I didn't expect to play college basketball. I was just going to go to Haskell to go to school. Wow. So it's like awesome. Now he's, it's just cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. Do you have any other questions for the Hoop League? Because I want to speak on the Canoe Journey.
As you're growing though, we could come back to it as you're growing, because it's going hell of a year, and the next year too you're gonna pump it up. So yeah, we'll probably come back to it once we get to that level.
Before I finish up with Indigenous Hoops League, I would like to say a huge thanks and shout out to Brant Cowie with Indiansports.com, the co-founder. He's been a great mentor on the path that I did. We had a lot of help from Randy July Jr. out in Oklahoma as well. So that's been a great help on moving forward with it. And then my wife, of course, I couldn't be more thankful for her help and support. And then now moving forward, she's really taken the whole initiative, and she's got a girls component involved with Reservations Without Borders called Shift, working with Native American female athletes. So we have that coming into play, and maybe later on she'll come on the live podcast and talk about all the amazing things that she does for our people as well, because I'm only as good as she can allow me to be. So yeah,
Charmaine.
Indigenous Hoops League, man, check it out. Spread the word. It's all positive. It's all for the kids. Put a ton of time into it. So I'm very thankful to be where I'm at, and I know the Creator is just constantly blessing us on our path and opening new doors and meeting new people, and we just got to take it all in stride, man, because life is definitely a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you guys work hard though, so your hard work shows.
Yeah, thank you.
So let me go into, because I'm like excited about this. When I learned about Canoe Journey, it's like a whole ceremony. You said for 7 days.
Yeah, it sometimes it goes on for longer, but to lead up to the 7-day ceremony, we're on the water for upwards of a few weeks. Some villages and some tribes are on the water for over a month. So it really plays a long journey into going where we're at. A rebirth journey, waking up at 4 a.m., paddling until 9 p.m., at night, eating some food, dancing some more, and then going right to sleep and doing it again and just repeating yourself until you get to the final destination. So it's like a cleansing, kind of bringing back our ancestral highways type of mentality to it. So we're traveling on our dugout canoes, which are carved by big cedar trees. Some of them are fiberglass. Some tribes can't afford it, but we're there. We're in spirit, and so it gets up over 100 canoes and villages, are involved. We get to the final destination, and it's just huge. We come to 5,000-6,000 people on the beach. You can watch any video on YouTube. Type in Canoe Journey Final Landing. You'll see it. Like, holy smokes, this thing is huge. So it's like the biggest powwow for the Coast Salish people and the people of our territory. So
it's like different tribes in your area that come together, but you also have like other tribes, like you said, people from Guatemala that go there too.
Yeah, Guatemala, Hawaii, New Zealand, Samoa, you name it. They've all participated with us. There's tribes from the East Coast over New York.
Okay, yeah.
It's amazing. It's beautiful. Some of the river tribes, the Warm Springs tribe of the river, they're not from the coast, but the river. So they take the journey down the Columbia River to the ocean side. They hit the ocean, and then they travel up north on the coast of the ocean in the Washington side. Yeah, I'm serious. Then they take our canal into Washington. They come down into our area and territory, and they go to the landing, and they end up. And that's the Warm Springs people. It's Nopt Quantumpum, Nopt Quantumpum people, and they're related to my wife's tribe, the Wanapum people on the Columbia River. So it's a beautiful thing to see how our people have united in this way, and they come and share their songs and their stories, and that's how our people are bringing back, some of our. It's kind of like a potluck, right? Potluck. We're all gathering together in our potlatch, so we share our songs, stories, and food. Tons of seafood. You ever come to Canoe Journey, you're guaranteed to eat tons of seafood on the process.
Let's hope they like seafood, whoever goes.
Oh, we seafood.
That's nothing. That's all that's there.
People just seafood need it, but people like seafood need it.
Yeah. You guys have to check it out on YouTube because it's beautiful. Deshawn showed us some of it, and it's, the dance and the canoes and everything. It's beautiful. You guys please check it out or go to one. Is it open to like the public, or is it invite only?
open to the public. There's web
Okay.
pages on all the social media sites. You'll be able to find the websites. I believe that Muckleshoot Tribe for 2022 had it, and then they just canceled it for. So it's been in a row due to COVID. You know,
Mm-hmm.
don't do well in the indigenous community. So to be safe, keep our people safe. They've just canceled it. So I think it's looking into 2023. To be honest, I don't know off the top of my head who has the 2023. I was really looking forward to the Muckleshoot. It's local to me. So
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, for the most part, check it out. It was started by a group of gentlemen in late 80s and early 90s. Chief Frank Nelson out of northern Canada started it and brought it together with some other canoe carvers and people throughout the land to bring our people and unite us together. So it has a lot of sentimental value to it. The people that brought it forth are no longer with us. So it is,
Oh, were they there?
they there. Yeah. Uh, for the most part, and the way I kind of look at it, in memory of our people, our ancestors, and then the people that brought us back together again are no longer with us again. So it's kind of like a big ancestral thing to me. So my children and grandchildren will always participate and be a part of it. Not only that, but our community and our people in general. But that is like, that's our powwow. We get it once a year. But besides that, we get to go to all the other ones. So we get we get more.
That's nice. That's beautiful.
And then your guys' dance style too. You guys have your own dances, which is
Hey, I
great.
took place.
And your daughter too is the Iron Woman champ, huh?
Yeah, my daughter. I took fourth place in the 2018 Canoe Journey. As a 37-year-old man, took fourth place in the warrior dance. I'll probably never get it there again because they're dancing for like an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow.
8-year-old kid that wins it every time. So youth wins. So
with no caffeine.
It's really cool because when I danced the warrior dance, it was at 4 a.m. in the morning. I was just there participating, making sure to be a part of the crowd, to be a part of it.
I just woke up.
Yeah, I was very tired, and a good friend of ours, Lenore Cook and Randall Cook were there, and my wife and everybody kind of nudged me and was like, "Get out there!" And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I just got done eating some breakfast.
Oh wow!
36 minutes in, the video's up. Anyway, I made it 36 minutes in. I did good. I lost to some very young, brave men, and they kept. It was awesome.
Yeah. It's a lot of hopping, man.
It is. I think about 18 or 20 minutes in, I started traditional dancing and grass dancing. So I kind of lost all my hops and moved right to the, let's start doing some grass dancing and some tradition.
Oh man, I feel it.
People on Canoe Journey. I met Thomas from Smoke Signals. His tribe actually hosted Canoe Journey in 2018. I got an opportunity to sit down and talk with him. He's a doctor. I can't remember his name. I just know him as Thomas from Smoke Signals. By the way, I'm bad with names, so that plays a part into me for as long as I can remember. I'm just not the best with names. But anyway, long story short, that was the best journey I ever been on. We didn't even get to bring our canoe for over half the journey. Our leaders weren't with us. Our language leaders were with a very novice language leader. So we kind of just winged it as the younger group representing our people. And it'll just end up going down in history as, one of the most memorable canoe journeys ever. And we got all of our support pulled, our canoe, all of our food and everything. We didn't have nothing. It was just a group of Tulalip tribal members that wanted to continue and move forward. And we kept going, and it ended up being something that I'll never forget. And if you ever get a chance to check it out, and if any powwow or anything has ever touched your heart in the way that the Canoe Journey has touched mine, it's like amplification of 100. And I don't mean to say it in a bad way, because I love going to powwows. If you know me, like you guys know me, just the Canoe Journey has such a different vibe to it. It's like
not just a powwow for 2 days and we're all there for competition. There's no competition. Nobody wins a prize. It's there singing all your ancestral songs, telling your stories, being there with your people, eating 3 meals a day with them, all in the same tent, all potlatch and longhouse style, like our people did for as long as we could remember. So it's just kind of getting back to our roots. And oh yeah, man, you're just really bringing me back. I miss the canoe journey here. Yeah,
we want to go to one.
You're making him cry.
You guys will end up being a vendor there for 8-9 days straight. It encompass what the environment brings, sleeping in a tent every night and waking up to the sounds. It's just, I don't know. I can't try to say that a powwow is better than it, because then I would be lying to myself when we get so long. You know what I mean? You get it for like a month. You get to be there for a month. Finally get to come to a climax at the end where you sing the Canoe Journey song. And yeah, long story short, you got to get to one.
Yeah. Somebody has to host one then for us to go.
I know, right?
But
we'll have
we'll
cross that, everything ends up being safe and we can.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, we'll definitely be going to one of those. Whenever it happens, we're going for sure.
Yes.
So that pretty much wraps up everything, Deshawn. Did you have any other questions, Johnny? Or did you want to add in anything or ask something?
I'm hungry now. Fish time.
Just remember who you vote for when you vote for your leaders, man.
Hey,
That's one thing I say about, I would, if I was to finalize and say something, just be careful who you vote for with your people, man. Not saying that they're all in there for a certain reason, but yeah, our people get led different paths. Knowing that with what we have available to our people, I just feel that our leaders really need to be coherent to what's going on with today's society and be hip to it. So that's the one thing I would like to say, because I'm not running for council. I'm not running. I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm in competition with myself about what I can do for my people. And there ain't no one going to try to stop me or bring me down or, because I wake up daily to work for my family and my people. And I feel like that's the best situation I can be in. I own my own business, so I get up and work for myself every day. So when you guys do say you see hard work and everything, it's because who else going to work in your teepee? You know what I mean? Like no one doing that, and so I'm just grateful to be out there. I know there's other people out there doing great things. You got the tribal nations doing their basketball thing with the other kids. John Yarrow, that's a great entity doing great things over there. Mad props to them, bringing opportunity to Native American kids as well. But yeah, many blessings to our people. Stay safe. Stay, keep your immune system good. For the most part, the warrior movement. I'll end with the warrior movement. Do a good deed once a day to help your people out, whether it be saying something positive, trying to help somebody else out. But our suicide rates and mental depression and all those things are at such a high rate in Indian country. I feel like it's important to bring awareness to that and bring awareness by doing a good deed every day. So I learned that from the warrior movement. If you ever heard of the warrior movement out in Montana, check them out. Great things. But for the most part, man, y'all got a piece of my heart. Our daughters are connected. Will forever be connected. And I just am blessed to be a part of your podcast, especially episode 23, being I'm an MJ fan.
Yeah.
So that plays a big part. I feel like it was all meant to be. I know we talked about it, so
we talk a lot about everything, man. This guy loves tribal politics.
Yep. I'm more into the crypto. I'm currently into some crypto stuff.
Let's do it.
Talking about that earlier today on the Loop Ring. People make them crypto. Crypto's big. I watched a couple friends make some big money lately, so I'm like, man, I better get in while I can.
If you guys do crypto, though, remember, if you're hearing about it on the news, it's already over. All right? The hype is over? The hype is over, because that's the way they put it up, and then it gets drained out. So keep that in mind. If you're hearing about it now, it's over.
You need to get Reddit. if you like, if you don't like reading, it's time to start like reading. If you're trying to get into stocks or anything, you need to read, figure out what's the ins and outs, who's doing what. Nobody knew that Bitcoin was in business with Tesla. You know what I mean? It wasn't readily
Oh, wow.
wasn't just readily available information. And then all of a sudden you find out that Tesla's tied to Bitcoin, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin's worth an extremely amount of money. And I remember in 2016 and 15, I had friends talking about Bitcoin. It was worth nothing. I didn't want nothing.
It was fake, wasn't it? Like fake money, or
Yeah. I'm like, oh,
I didn't think they were gonna make a comeback.
$100 in back in the day. You know what I mean? $100, literally, and forgot about it and be like, whoop, forget about it. All of a sudden, I got 100 coins. You know what I mean? I got, $1.2 million. Like, are you kidding? Like, this is crazy. Like, all right, I can't miss out on the next one. And seeing so many people make money, seeing how popular it is through all the trends, I figured, why not put a small investment in? Chances are I'm going to buy a $400 pair of sneakers in a week.
Exactly.
Start investing in some right spots, and I'm on one called the Loop Ring, and in less than 24 hours, it's went up close to $1, and it's like a penny stock. So yeah, I'm super excited, looking forward to investing in getting my crypto portfolio built, and then I'm gonna give all that to my kids, all of it, because everything's for them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was us too.
Nah, you ain't. Don't worry about that.
No, for the kids.
Oh, they were fine. They got per cap and life insurance on me.
I get life insurance. That's one thing I think I don't have.
Yeah, get it. Be like, oh, I'm fine. I'll be good. The kids will be all right. Cash it out. Oh man, then take that money and buy crypto and you blast up. That easy. The world's all capitalism.
Don't show Yendi how much LRC's making. She'll be trying to put all your guys' money into it.
Oh man. Yeah, I got it at 30 cents. Couple weeks ago, months ago. Yeah.
The what?
Nothing.
What'd you get?
Nothing. Fake money.
Yeah.
Can I use that fake money?
Yeah, they call it. Yeah.
Fake money for your fake nails? No.
My
Yeah.
fake eyelashes.
All right, man.
Okay, you guys are having too much fun.
I know.
I'm gonna cut it.
Awesome on you guys' podcast. I look forward to doing it again. Many blessings to all the people, to your family, to everybody else. It was an honor.
Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
Do you sell those hats too?
Yeah. I didn't.
Right.
I didn't get a chance to run in through the room and go grab anything, but next time
That's okay.
I'll show you guys a bunch of new stuff. And
you guys, we can check it out at inyourteepee.com, social media,
Hit
Instagram,
up his Facebook for sure, because he's shadow banned, man.
What?
they don't allow me to promote on In Your Teepee because I use like the Burger King and I think Dairy Queen and
what?
or a symbol. I don't know. But
that's just your theory.
Yeah, they got me so I can't add or promote or anything like that. But
damn.
check me out. I'm still there.
All right. Thank you, Deshawn, again. Thank you for coming on here. We appreciate it. Much success and luck with your business and your family. We'll keep in contact. Hopefully we see you at the powwow in San Diego.
We will. We're going to be down there.
Okay. We should be going too. I got to submit the application. But thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you, everybody. Deshawn, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you again for coming on here. We appreciate it.
All right, later, bro.
Yeah, later, bro. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, folks. That's it. Episode 23. Talking Stick. Time to go get to work. And we'll see what happens today for another adventure. And happy holidays. Don't forget to eat good.
Bye, guys.
Bye. We suck.